Oh, you know what's even better than that weight loss feeling, Woody? The experience of getting fat. Oh, you have not lived until you've gotten fat, my friends. Until
Kyle, how's that going for you?
You just toss it to the side. Yeah, how's that going?
I might be the fittest person on the show.
Yeah, maybe.
Probably fitter than me, I promise.
Well, you're running all the time, aren't you?
Oh, I've also been very fit before. That's probably it. That's probably the closest I've been to like, if you're gonna like rank fitness, I was probably a top 1. I don't know what percentage, but very small percentage in like body.
Can you
fitness.
show Kyle's sexiest pictures to us, Zach?
Yeah, find the black and white one where I'm looking off into space like I see something cool.
Okay.
He sees a bottle of water. And he's
I fucking need
solid joke.
So thirsty. So that's probably like the
picture
thing I've been
that's you at
and then strength as well. Like,
it's like 2 years ago.
I was gonna say Taylor also like your strength level on some lifts is probably in a very small percentage of people. There you go.
That's definitely true.
What?
Mm-hmm.
See, if you could scroll down,
I got a pretty strong bicep vein there. I'm just gonna say, and
I got the whole 8-pack. If you could just scroll down, it's a shame.
My goodness.
There's Derek pleased with his project.
Yeah, that
the
was
vein
like
in my fucking hand. It's about to
Derek.
If you needed to get my blood, you could just take it.
Yeah.
More plates, more dates. The guy, there's a before picture. That was kind of his coach.
Okay. And wow. That is a substantial.
It was yoked.
Yeah. So there's
I did that in 9 or 10 months.
that thing right above
that
your
was
hand.
you post prison.
Yeah.
No. That's
This is way post prison.
like a couple years after prison.
Okay.
I did a fitness kick. There you go.
What? Golly, man.
Yeah, I'm looking pretty stout.
What's the percent body fat on that picture?
I think it's 8.5.
No.
Yeah, I got DEXA scanned regularly. I kept charts.
Okay.
I got regular blood work and regular DEXA scans every month to chart not just my weight, but my body fat percentage and my muscle growth. And you could see, and my bone density went up to beyond Caucasian levels to like black people have a different standard for their bone density, and I entered that realm.
You became black.
Negroid is the technical term.
Is it really?
Yes.
His credit score plummeted.
Taylor, when you we had a guest a couple weeks ago, Finster. He transitioned from male to female, and Taylor asked him if his driving has suffered. I reused that joke 3 times.
You're going back to that well. It was a good one. Yeah, I didn't even think about the strength thing, Kyle. I guess like compared to the public, like I'm a lot stronger.
What's your highest bench? What's the most you benched? I've done 325 for like
I did 335 3 times, but that was like 2
At what body weight?
I was like at this is like one of my heaviest. I was like 250.
At 185 pounds,
I'm way lighter. I'm not nearly
times.
as strong now as I was then, but it got to the point that like it's like I'm not even aesthetically pleasing to look at. I'm just like lifting a lot, and I just kind of look fat with really big arms and like chest. I was very good at.
Had to like special order or something. Right? Like I didn't have it in.
I had they had to take the shoulder and arms out of like my suits because like all the sizes, like I looked like a silly Billy, like with like because like the size that would fit me in the shoulders and everything was a dress in my midsection, and so they'd have to do that. But I'm not nearly like I'm probably a bit under 200 pounds right now, so I'd die if I tried to do 335. I was very good at ice hockey.
Oh, to be fair, I'm on steroids. Like just so that's clear.
I saw the TRT tagline there, and understood. Enhanced game status.
Nothing nearly as impressive as what Kyle did.
Yeah, but you did it clean, which is also incredibly admirable.
True.
Admirable.
Took a long time. Took a lot of
it takes so much longer. And look, like what I do is TRT. It's, in my opinion, I've done a good bit of research, and like, I mean, Derek's a musclehead, but he's also a really smart guy. He's done his research as well. That's what his channel's about. It seems perfectly safe to me, and way more safe than being obese or having high cholesterol, neither of which problems, I really have anymore. My God, it feels so good to work out when you're on TRT. You are you get bigger, stronger, and faster. As you ever see a plant growing, you're like grass growing, like you can see it happening. Like every day you see that progress. Like I got so much stronger, so faster. Like every time I go to the gym, more plates are going on. Like it's like, holy shit, that was easy. I couldn't do that last week. I couldn't do it once last week, and now it's easy. It's like plink, plink, plink. It was almost like that fucking scene from Unbreakable when Bruce Willis is learning that he's fucking way stronger than he ever knew he was. That literally happened to me, where I'm like, all right, what do I lift? Maybe 150.
He was growing so fast. Kyle was sending us pictures like throughout the process because he was keeping it on the DL secretly, and like it was every 2 weeks he'd be like, "Here's an updated photo," and it's like, dude, you've put on 7 pounds of muscle in the last 2 weeks.
And while he did it, he would wear jackets and stuff on the show, so you couldn't tell. I was live streaming at the time, and my chat is saying negative things about. I had to ban words. You can't say pile in my chat because so many people were just like making fun of him, calling him names and stuff like that. It's like, you guys have no idea, but it's a secret.
I remember I was letting people in my chat play that up a bit. I'm like, oh, you think so, huh? Oh, that's curious. It's just knowing in my head, it's like Kyle's a fucking mountain right now. Like he's just hiding it.
It was hilarious. It was hilarious. I can't believe who came on the show and like tried to say I was fat or something. And I was like, I might be the fittest person here.
Tucker. It was.
Tucker. Yeah, Tucker called me fat or something. I was like,
I think it was Dick.
The fittest person here. And then like, sure. I mean, I was. I was super thick at that moment. Like I was. There was a point. So what I did was I bulked like tons of calories for 10 months, and then I cut.
Okay.
For like a month and cut all the fat off. So there was a point when I was like 220 and just stout. My neck and
that's where I told you to stop. I was like, I was like, dude, you're looking juicy, bro.
I look a bouncer.
You gotta stop.
I look like a scary bouncer. I look so fucking thick, and I had I had a belly.
Inspiring.
And it was fun.
I was way more flexible than the average, and I realized. I fibbed on the bench. I did 305 3 times. I did 335 once, which is still good. Or I'll never do that again.
With the right chemicals, you'd be lifting 500 pounds in 8 months.
I don't know. I enjoy being like, I'm not even like lean like enough now, but I really like the way I may be so much weaker than I was.
But can you work on your car without jack stands, pussy?
No, I can't. I'm a bitch. I used to be
just
like
hold it up with one hand.
I was
my dad said he squatted a Volkswagen once.
That's an astounding claim.
That's the back end. He said he picked up the back end so they could change the tire.
Farm strength. I did. I don't know how flexible you guys have ever gotten in your life, but I was a goalie in ice hockey for many, many years growing up, and I got pretty competitive with it on some solid teams. And like I was the only, other than some other goalies. Like I was the only person like on the team that could like do the splits, which is something most men can never do. And like doing the splits when you're playing ice hockey is not like doing it like watch me kind of maneuver down in a way. It's like, no, you're slamming down into it. And then you're like very rapidly getting back up and slamming back into them if you need to. And I was, man, that would be so sick if I was still that flexible. I might tear something trying to touch my toes right now.
That's the other good thing about the TRT, by the way. I'm not trying to sell TRT. I mean, use Derek's clinic at Merrick Help. But like your tendons and everything get stronger. Like all the connective tissues, like fucking they get angry about life and they want to hurt something. So they get thicker too. Like you recover so fast. It's a wonderful thing. I can't wait.
Oh no. So if you ask me if I could go out and find 1,000 people and say, can you, with no resistance, fall to the ice and hit your balls on the ground without dying the next moment, like what amount of performance enhancing products would it require and what time frame? I mean, that's insane. Like
it just took a huge amount of stretching, like regularly, and just doing it over and over and over. Like
your brother's doing this with you. Like,
I feel
are you doing this alone in a cold basement?
You developed this flexibility when you were like 11 or something, and then just kept it.
Yeah, yeah.
Right?
Like
Yeah.
I started playing goalie when I played hockey since I was like 5, and then it was like roller hockey when I was 5, and then switched over to ice hockey when I was maybe 6 or 7, and then at 8 I switched to goalie and just got very, very flexible. And just Woody's right. I just like played through it, didn't lose it. I couldn't do fucking whatever that guy's doing.
That's Taylor there.
but that doesn't look like a useful way to stop a puck. He's not big enough.
This looks like one of those Chinese
gap
industrial
right there.
accidents I've been watching. I saw
I'm
this
a little
Chinese
confused
industrial
which
accident.
part of him is what? That's
Oh,
his
yeah, I don't
nuts,
know where
right?
his
And the
head-
little
Yeah,
bulge.
there it is.
Oh,
I found his
Whoa.
nuts.
Yeah,
wow.
this guy doesn't have
Has
to
this
make
guy got an
use of the goal.
OnlyFans?
All right, so you were like beyond 0.1% of flexibility at a moment in life.
At a moment in life, I was
Dude,
incredibly like
Combined,
I
we
would
could be
do
Fantastic
like
Four. We could be the professor.
I would like my dad like sometimes would get on to me and be like, hey, you're just watching TV. You could be like, stretching while you're watching TV, like get more flexible with it.
Okay.
And so I'd like sometimes get like I'd be in front of the TV and like trying to stretch out and like get more flexible, more limber. Because it obviously makes sense if you've ever watched goalies in the NHL. Like those guys are flexible as shit. Like
You
being
ever
able
been-
to do that is
You been in a
very
situation
useful.
were you ever in a situation where like something was about to hit you in the face, and so you just did the splits like Spider-Man and avoided it?
No, no, I never,
Yeah.
never
Dude,
did
I'd
that.
use that maybe in a fight. Like
But
you
have
go,
you
do the
avoided a
splits and
major
hit him.
injury? Have you avoided future injuries because of that flexibility?
Like when I was playing hockey, if I would have tried some of that shit and I wasn't that flexible and I was like a normal level of flexible, I would have torn my groin.
So I had this recognition in like late high school and college sports of like, if I was more flexible, I would get hurt less.
Mm-hmm.
Do you have that recognition that I am hurt less by things because of this period in life where I was the most flexible of any human being alive?
Yeah. Yeah. Like I was definitely like, even now, like I'm joking, I couldn't touch my toes. Like in the world of adult men who do no flexibility training whatsoever, I'm
there you go.
Like, much more flexible than the average person.
Remember we
who's, like,
talked about
genuinely
defining a very small niche and being at the top of that?
Yep.
Here we are.
Yep.
Being able to do the splits to save a puck.
Right.
And then like it was fun when I'd like because I played on like a real team that was more competitive throughout all those years, and also would play on like a high school team that was like fucking who gives a shit camp. Like the level of like even the shots are so much slower. Like and like when people would come to the game and see, and I'd like get the chance to like bust out some splits for like a fancy save, and hearing like the impressed like the stands, it was like, yeah, I'm pretty dope. That feels pretty good. I like
Woody's
that.
got another one. Woody's got another one. Woody's got a blue belt in jiu-jitsu, and he's got 2 years of boxing training, in like a real gym. And I don't know, he went and did like an actual alpha man camp and lived with a UFC fighter for a week or so. So like, I wouldn't want to tangle with Woody if I was the average Joe. You know what I mean? Like, I think he'd scoop you up.
A little bit like being better at guitar compared to people who don't play guitar. You know?
But it turns out here in traffic today, we're having a guitar playing contest, motherfucker.
You're right.
You bet. You got your pick. If you're ever in a traffic incident and dude puts a mouth guard in, fucking back down. Somebody pulls a mouth guard out and squares up, just apologize.
Right.